If you call a spade, you'll get labeled all types of names. Imagine Scott Agness criticizing South Carolina and A'ja Wilson fans for going after Caitlin Clark during her rookie season. Imagine the backlash.
Calling a spade in sports journalism? Brace for backlash. Picture this: a reporter slamming South Carolina fans or A'ja Wilson stans for targeting Caitlin Clark in her rookie WNBA season. The internet would erupt. Now imagine writing an entire essay whining about fans cheering for their favorite player, as if you're penning propaganda for the Empire in Star Wars. Well,
in an article, he put something in there, and I don't know if he thought it was going to be a side note to his article, but you cannot call Caitlin Clark fans the dark side of the fandom. No, that wasn't the greatest or smartest idea in the world.
One Indiana Fever reporter just labeled Caitlin Clark's supporters the dark side of fandom. Yes, like Sith Lords waving foam fingers. Welcome to Journalists Gone Wild, where we unpack this viral meltdown that's got everyone wondering if the WNBA just morphed into a Marvel blockbuster. Buckle up, this drama's hotter than Clark's three-point shooting. In a recent article, this reporter, let's call him the king of hot takes, decided Caitlin Clark's fans are the problem.
This is really disappointing from a journalist so closely linked to the Indiana Fever organization. This is really, really disappointing, and it's really concerning in my opinion, because it is painting a 23-year-old on their team who is currently injured.
Not Clark herself, because that's too obvious. No, it's the fans who dare to cheer for her. How dare they? This is disappointing from someone so tied to the Fever organization, painting a 23-year-old injured rookie as the root of some galactic evil. Caitlin Clark, the player who single-handedly pulled women's college basketball into the mainstream, is now the target of a keyboard tantrum aimed at her supporters.
Imagine Scott Agness writing an article about the Reese's Pieces and all their negative vitriol, shout out to L. Duncan, that's been targeted to Caitlin Clark. Imagine the backlash he would receive. But what's the safe way out? What's the safest way to big up the Indiana Fever? Well, you tear down Caitlin Clark's fan.
This guy's calling Clark's fans the dark side. Move over, Darth Vader, wearing a no. 22 Fever jersey is apparently a Sith-level crime now. All we need is ominous music every time someone buys her merch. Imagine the outrage if this reporter wrote about Angel Reese's fans and their vitriol.
Man, this is very sad, very disappointing. It's disgusting that Caitlin Clark has to be subjected to this nonsense. And enough's enough. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. She needs to come out and draw the line in the sand. And it would not shock me if at some point, man, Caitlin Clark is just done with this.
He'd be canceled before he could hit publish. But tearing down Clark's fans? That's the safe play, apparently. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever's management is fumbling like they're in a Scooby-Doo chase scene, clueless about why fans are upset. Clark, the most electrifying rookie in WNBA history, is stuck in a league where the officiating makes pro wrestling look like a chess match. The WNBA has taken a player who dropped 40-point triple-doubles in college like it was nothing, and thrown her into a system where refs seem trained in how to be petty 101.
But yesterday, they also announced the skills competition for the WNBA All-Star team. And she didn't make that either. So you argued she wasn't good for the Olympics. Your argument, though I don't buy it, but it was your argument, women's basketball, that she would be a distraction. So isn't the perfect place to put her in the skills competition?
Every game feels like a tragedy scripted by Twitter trolls. They snubbed Clark for the WNBA All-Star skills competition, claiming she'd be a distraction for the Olympics. If that's the logic, isn't a skills contest the perfect spot for her?
Nasty, nasty. If y'all don't know who Scott Agness is, he's a guy that's he's very close to the team. He gets a lot of access. He's in the practices. He's interviewing the players at practice. He's interviewing the players pre-game, post-game. He is very close with the team and has a lot of access to the players and the team.
The NCAA treated Clark like a superstar. The WNBA treats her like she's auditioning for the role of new kid in a teen drama. The league's marketing strategy seems to be, ignore your most bankable star. Brilliant. Back to our reporter.
Indiana Fever reporter Scott Agness has decided that now would be the time, now that the Fever have won a few games, now would be the time to attack Caitlin Clark fans. While, of course, and I'm not even going to go through because some of them are really nasty.
This guy's so allergic to accountability, he probably breaks out in hives when someone says facts. He's not just reporting, he's preaching. According to him, cheering for Clark makes you toxic. Not because you're rude or harassing, but because you exist. It's the kind of journalism that makes you wonder if his press pass came from a cereal box. He's dodged every blatant foul against Clark, shoves, elbows, body checks, yet found the energy to write a 1-200-word rant about her fans. Impressive priorities.
By off social media, do you mean that they don't read the notifications? Because they're all on social media, except for maybe Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. You want me to believe, Brianna Turner's always on social media. You want me to believe that these players who are so addicted to the drama, who are so addicted to the outside noise, have gone off social media? Stop gaslighting us. We don't believe you. You need more people. We don't believe you. You need more people.
Clark's fan base, they're not the problem. They're invested, buying jerseys, filling arenas, and bringing attention to a league that's been craving it for years. The WNBA finally has a star who crashes websites with jersey sales, boosts ticket revenue, and draws TV ratings. Yet somehow, Clark's success is the crime. It's like resenting a coworker for getting promoted when you've been slacking. This reporter's built a brand on downplaying Clark's impact while gaslighting anyone who notices her brilliance. If Clark played in a league with consistent officiating and no favoritism, she'd be in MVP talks. Instead, she's dodging elbows like she's in an action movie while refs sip coffee and miss calls. Clark handles it with class, shaking off bad calls and putting up numbers that break scoreboards. Her fans cheer because excellence demands it. The irony? This reporter's relevance hinges on Clark. Without her, he'd be covering minor league ping pong. The WNBA was begging for attention for decades, and now that Clark's brought it, the response from some media corners is, "Stop liking her so much." It's pathetic. Clark's not just making the WNBA relevant, she's making it unavoidable. ESPN tracks her every move. Opposing arenas cheer her shots, and cities see tourism spikes when the Fever play. But sure, let's blame the fans buying t-shirts. The officiating? A circus. Clark gets whistled for breathing while opponents throw elbows like they're auditioning for a cage match. Flagrant for driving to the rim, technical for contesting a shot. It's like the rules are a choose-your-own-adventure book where Clark's always the villain. Meanwhile, this reporter's polishing his "I'm just being objective" trophy while Clark takes hits and stays classy. In the end, Clark's fans aren't the dark side. They're the force driving revenue, growing the game, and inspiring young athletes. If that's a problem, hand me a lightsaber. As for our keyboard warrior, he can keep typing from his bunker of irrelevance, watching a sport he claims to love finally soar, thanks to the player he refuses to celebrate. In basketball, as in life, you don't choose the hero. She chooses you.
Now, you would think that sentence is actually setting up in defense of the Indiana Fever, right? Because when you're at the top of the mountain, when you're the GOAT at the top of the mountain, you are going to get all the arrows. You're going to get all the arrows. This is true in any sport. This is true in life in general. When you are successful, you become a target. It doesn't matter that you might have started at the